We're here at our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. We're talking Meyers football. Head coach Jeff Labatch is with us, and Coach, we're into July, and we're getting ready for the season. And time usually flies. Let's talk about so far how some of the spring football and summer conditioning is going for your team.
Yeah, we started after Unico because I coached in the Unico game, so we started up our practices, and we've been going 3 days a week. We had some 7-on-7 competitions over at SEM against 7 or 8 teams going over there, so that was good experience for us. We got a couple more weeks left, and then we'll break for a couple. We're just lifting, no practices on the field. Come back at July 30th, and we're at it again. Heat acclimation starts August 6th. We'll be we'll be in full pads before you know it.
Let's talk first about the losses that guys who graduated, the impact players that you had from last year.
Yeah, I mean, comes to mind is Jansen Wilborn. Everybody knows. I think he put up almost 2,000 yards between rushing and passing, and that's a big area of concern for us is the quarterback situation. We have a couple guys competing for that spot, so it's it's an area of need. On the defensive side, Rajon Woodson and Colin Brown, we lost one at defensive end was Colin, and Rajon in the middle as a linebacker. Those are some voids that we need to fill. On the line, we lost Pedro Hernandez and Jason Castellano. So we have some areas of need, but we have a lot of guys that got a lot of experience last year, so we're pretty comfortable with those guys.
Let's talk about now some of the positives of what you do have coming back here in 2018, some areas of guys that have experience playing and hopefully will step up and have a positive year here in the final year for Meyers.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, we have 3 guys back on the offensive line that started most of the game. One guy only started 8 games. He got an injury the last couple, missed the last 3 games. But Michael Horvath, Ryan Maffei, and Kevin Caskey. And a lot of the other guys got a lot of experience because of injuries or whatever the case was that they started and got a lot of experience. Justin Eberhardt, we're looking at center as a possibility, along with a newcomer, Tommy Lee. And then Josh Jones got a lot of experience last year, and Josh Woodworth are competing for the other offensive positions right now. We got Nice Hood at tight end, averaged about 18 yards per catch last year. Reese Petronic, who's in the quarterback competition right now, but I think he was 3rd in the conference in receiving, in receptions, had 45 receptions and averaged almost 15 yards per reception last year. Kevin DeSoy in the backfield, rushed for I think almost 700 yards. Had a couple receiving, I think 15 receptions also, a bunch of touchdowns. So and then we got Nazir Donnell, who didn't defensively saw more of the field, but we're looking for him, the gold medalist in 110 hurdles.
Can you set some hurdles up on the football field? Maybe it would.
That might motivate him a little, So we'll do whatever we can to try to get him the ball.
As far as putting it all together this year, it sounds like you have a lot of key components, but as far as getting them to gel and bond the right way to have a successful season, talk about the importance that you have to do. Some of this will be a mental component and some will be physical.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get everybody in the right spot. We have a lot of guys that can play multiple positions, but sometimes that's not always a good thing. So we're trying to focus on getting them in the right spot and getting them the ball, and to benefit the team. Hopefully not one person. We have to rely on one person. In the past, sometimes we relied on Jansen. Again, it was a big part of our offense because he was such a great athlete. Hopefully, we can distribute a little bit more, going forward. But again, like you said, to get them to mesh together and play together and not be selfish is sometimes a tough thing because everybody wants their time. They want their time to shine, and that's a tough situation. But a good problem to have.
Commitment-wise, in the weight room, what kind of turnout are you getting? You feel like it's grown a little bit from last year?
It's been steady. We had, the guys, but a lot of the guys are competing in other sports. We had a lot of the team played track, so that was a little, it's tough to balance weight room and track. But they've been steady and committed, and now that we're trying to mix in weight room and practices, so that we're not just weight room and we're not just practice, kind of, on-field stuff, some kind of strength and conditioning on-field with tires and things along those lines.
Well, we're into July, as we said, and Coach, I know you got a busy schedule this month, and you get a couple weeks off before camp in August, but we wish you the best in your preparation for the 2018 season.
Thank you very much.
Jose Rivera with us here on the Job Mendola Show as we talk about the Meyers Mohawks football team. It's your senior season, so let's talk about the work ethic and your mentality going into your senior year.
All right, I feel like I really have to push myself to do good things, step up during times, become a leader. In the weight room, be there, show up, show my face around, be vocal.
Let's talk about the wide receiver position. You guys have a lot of skill in that area. You got to try to get the ball to all those people, but at the same time, people just have to be happy. They may get one catch one game, may get 6 catches another game, may get 3 attempts. So talk a little bit about all those different guys you have.
All right, we have a nice Hood, great receiver, nice length, fast, good routes. We have Reese Petronic, nice inside the slot. Corey Brown's real good, shifty, agile. Darian Tyson, a new member of the team from Valley West, good player. That's most people I can think about right now. So we got Tyler Yellen, good receiver, nice hands.
So a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Let's talk about over at the linebacker position. Is that somewhere you think that you're going to contribute as well on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I was on corner at first, but Coach needed someone to step up, so I decided to play linebacker for the season. We have Corey Brown. It's me and Corey Brown, outside linebacker. And we got Reese Petronic and Malik Robinson inside. I think we should be pretty stable in that area.
Let's talk about the other sports that you compete at Meyers.
I dive. I was a couple of dives short of districts, but this year I should be able to make it and do pretty well in districts. I also do track. I was placed top 10 with Jav and during track.
So you're quite busy, and you do some fun stuff with your teammates. Talk about the off the field stuff you guys do to try to stay pretty close.
Yeah, off the field we go to like cookouts, go bowling, just have a lot of quality time spending each other, build bond.
You enjoy geometry. You're doing well in the classroom. Talk about being dedicated as a student.
I feel like school is a real important part of sports because if you have good grades and somewhat good at sports, you'll be successful.
Talk about your parents as your role models and what they try to push you to do.
Yeah, my parents are really there for me in last sacrifices so I could be where I'm at today.
All right, Jose, we'll go get him this year. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Tyler
Yellen is with us here from the Meyers football team. And Tyler, let's talk about your senior year. What position you hope to contribute at?
I hope to contribute at receiver, catch a couple balls, and most importantly, block for whoever has the ball. I think a good quality I have is being unselfish. I don't really need the ball. I think if someone scores, I'm just as happy as them. And as our senior season goes, it's the last Meyers football season, so everyone is trying to contribute and do good things to achieve our goal of winning a district championship.
And you're going to score some good points there with Coach Labatch about being unselfish and blocking. That's so important. Let's talk about other sports you do. You're involved in swimming.
I tried swimming for the first year and just to try and stay in shape. I think I finished top 15th in the district, so it was something I was good at, and it was something that I like to do.
You have a big family, so talk about your siblings and what they're all up to.
My brother Cameron, he's a wrestler, and so we always kind of see who's better at each sport. I have a little brother named Mason. He's someone who's always at the games. You always hear him yelling my name, and it's just a good support.
And how about Paige?
Paige, she's on my mom's side, so I don't really see her that much, but she's another one that really supports me and is always there for me.
All right, always good to have a big fan, that's for sure. History, computer applications, a couple classes you like. Talk about whether it's the teacher or the subject matter you enjoy.
I like history just because it was something that always interested me. Whether that's just being old news or now, it's just something that I always liked. Computer applications, I have Coach Labatch as my teacher, so it's always fun with that. And I'm good with the computer.
Let's talk about the life after high school. You're thinking about being a police officer?
Yeah, my dad is a police officer right now, so I kind of want to follow in his footsteps and kind of do great things like he's doing.
As far as what you think one of the keys will be for this season for success for Meyers, is it you need more talent, the talent has to work harder, you guys got to bond together, what will it be?
We just kind of have to work together. We have everything we need, we have the right skills, but we just got to work as a team and make sure everyone's on the same page to achieve our goal.
All right, Tyler, great to catch up with you. Have a positive season.
Thank you.
Talise Winnie is with us here on the Job Mendola Show from Meyers, and let's talk a little bit about your junior year, the positions you're going to be competing for this year on the team.
I'm going to be competing for quarterback. So another quarterback just came from Florida. Good competition. Don't know yet. Gotta wait to see.
Let's talk about the skill set you have as a quarterback. You have good legs, a good arm. You feel like you kind of comprehend what the offense is all about.
Well, my legs not that good, but I got a really good arm.
Well, let's hope that that arm works for you. You also play some baseball. I'm sure you use your arm there. Talk a little bit about what you enjoy about baseball.
Yeah, I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. I catch, I pitch, I play everywhere.
As far as this team, talk a little bit about the attitude you think in the preseason here. You feel like everybody's working pretty hard?
Yeah, I feel like, but we can work harder. But yeah, everyone's working hard. We're getting there.
Yeah, let's talk about some of your favorite subjects at Meyers, what you enjoy, and you have a favorite teacher or so.
Yeah, I got coach first period, keep me in school on time, everything like that. I like science.
Let's talk about your mom and dad and whether it's coming to a game or making sure they're on the right side of you when it comes to your studies.
Yeah, they're always on the right side, school first. They support me well, both of them. I live with both of my parents, so.
And of course, you got a pretty big family. So
Yeah.
talk about the people that are around you as well, your siblings.
I got an older brother in the Army. He's always on me. I got a little brother and a brother my age.
And always enjoy playing against the Grenadiers of GAR. Talk about one last time with Meyers and GAR this year.
Yeah, last time. It's going to be a great game. We'll see what's going to happen.
And that'll be the final game of the year. And unless there's postseason for either team. Well, Tali, we appreciate your time, and I hope you have a positive season as well.
Thank you.
Kevin DeSoy is with us from the Meyers Mohawks football team here on the John Mendola Show, and it's your senior year, Kevin. This time flies by pretty quickly. Let's talk about what you're looking forward to here your senior year.
I'm just looking forward to trying to get the job done and everyone competing together as a team and just trying to get the goal accomplished.
A lot of skill guys this year, and how that all fits in that jigsaw puzzle. Coach Labatch will have to figure that part out. But talk a little bit about, if somebody goes down, hey, there's other guys to step up.
Yeah, we just have a lot of weapons, a lot of receivers: Darian Tyson, Tyler Yellen, Reese Petronic, Nice Hood. We have weapons in the backfield. Our defense, we have weapons all over. We have a big bench.
Let's talk a little bit about the work ethic. One of your teammates said, hey, we could work even harder. What are you seeing right now? As a senior, you're going to kind of help set the tone. So talk about what you're seeing out of your guys.
Yeah, 100%. You got to put the effort in the weight room and off the field to have the effort show on the field. And we're just trying to get everyone to show up and have a good season.
You got a brother, Matt, that you're close with, and then obviously, learning from him, competing with him growing up. Talk about how that kind of molded you into the person you are.
Yeah, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm just laying on the couch at home, he'll come in and be like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you in the weight room? Like, get up, go to the field. He'll always, wants to come run routes with me, whatever. He just wants me to be the best I could be.
Let's talk about the school part. You're doing pretty well with around an A average or so, and you enjoy Coach Labatch's class. So talk about being able to connect with him as a coach and then in the classroom as well.
Yeah, I actually had Coach Labatch the last 3 years in consumer applications. So, even in class, we'll be watching film. He'll pull me aside. He'll just explain the offense and the new plays and stuff, and that just really helped a lot.
And down the road here, you're not sure what you want to do after high school, but you look up to your brother because you have that bond. What do you think this senior season could be for you? Is it about you? Is it about your team? Is it about the last season at Meyers?
Oh, it's 100% about the team. I think that we really have the assets to go far this year. I think we could really make a name for the team.
All right, Kevin. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Michael Horvath with us from the Meyers Mohawks football team. And Michael, let's talk about your senior year. These years creep up quickly. I remember you playing as a young player with the varsity. Talk about what the experience has been like the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's kind of unreal to believe that I'm going into my senior year now. Started varsity as a freshman, and everybody on the team always said it goes by in a snap of a finger, but now that it's finally here, I can't believe it. Let's
talk about the physical play this year with the guys around you. Who are some of the guys that you're going to lean on to be a physical presence for the Mohawks?
Ryan Maffei, he's my left guard. He's right next to me. He's a big, strong kid. He lost some weight that he needed to lose, put on some muscle. He's a little bit faster, a little bit more athletic. I'm going to lean on him. We have a new center this year, Justin Eberhardt. He's about 6'3", 315 pounds. Finally stepping up, gone to his body. I think he's going to help us out a lot this year.
And as far as skill-wise, you have a lot of talent in those areas. Got to put it all together, though. So talk about some of those weapons that you hope will be able to score some touchdowns.
Skill-wise, we're stacked. We have Darian Tyson coming over from Valley West, great, phenomenal athlete. We have Nice Hood, who played tight end for us last year, but I mean he's built like a wide receiver. And then we have Reese Petronic, and I'm pretty sure he led the Wyoming Valley Conference in receiving yards, I believe.
Let's talk about the defensive front for you guys and what you think that'll look like at Meyers this year.
Our defensive front's going to be big. Ron Buffet's going to be playing some DN for us. We have experience. We have Elijah Rivers. Hopefully he's coming back. He's a big linebacker. We do lose Rajon Woodson. He was a big force.
And of course, you're a track and field guy. Talk about the throwing event you competed in this past year.
I throw discus and went to districts. It's just something to stay active, and it looks good.
You enjoy a few different classes at Meyers and doing okay there in the classroom. So let's talk about the future after high school. What are you looking to do?
I want to become a physical therapist. That's plan A, and plan B is to do something in business. But physical therapy is definitely the number one option.
How about a couple role models that you look up to?
My number one, first and foremost, is my stepfather, Len Cornish. He was the first person to put a football in my hand, and he really emphasizes grades in school.
And talk about your support you get from your mom.
My mom, she's great. You know, she helps out with the stand. She's president of the quarterback club, and I don't know what we would be doing without her.
GAR in Hanover, a couple teams you look forward to playing. Usually those are guys you know, they border Meyers. So talk about some relationships you have with these guys, maybe outside of school, or maybe you don't have the relationships. You're like, hey, I just don't like those guys when we hit the football field.
Well, with GAR, you know, it's just tradition. You know, you don't like them, especially when you step on that field, and especially with it being the last GAR Meyers rivalry game. I think it's just going to be even more competitive. And Hanover, one of my best friends, Justin Kopko, he goes to Hanover. So whenever we face off, there's some blood boiling.
It should be a lot of fun. And, of course, Kopko going to Army, good for him. And I know you're going to work hard this season, Michael, to see where your future lands you. So good luck, and go Mohawks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.